Indian cinema. I think there is a very strong. I know why we are drawn to it, but I want to know, how did you? What was your first drink? Like, let's say we're alcoholics. When
Okay.
was the first time
All
you had a
right.
drink? What was your first Indian cinema experience?
It would be RRR.
Mm,
And that is courtesy of Chris Gore talking about it, you
mhm.
talking about it, culture talking about it. And usually when people start talking things up, I'm like, is it really that good? That's I'm very skeptical. I'm like,
Yeah.
is it really that good? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check it out, for myself. Saw the trailer
Mm.
and I was just like, oh my god! I talked to a positive fandom. I said, okay, we got to do a watch party for this.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens, and just absolutely freaking hooked. I
Yeah.
mean, the storyline, the cinematography, the music, the editing. I was not ready for that dance scene at the party, even though I was
Not
told
to,
I
not
was
to.
not. I was not. They told me I wasn't going to be ready. I'm like, yeah, I was not. I was not ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for the container of Murray's hair pomade, and people thought I was making that up. I said, no, nah, nah, that was actually in there. But
It was.
it was just an amazing piece of film to just watch and just truly be entertained
Hmm.
and not feel like there's something being pushed. Of course, there were certain themes of that era which were played out extremely well.
Mm.
And I really did appreciate that. But it was just something where I'm like, okay, well, what's the next Indian movie I should go see? And people just kept giving me stuff to watch and went from RRR to the KGF part 1 and 2 to Bahubali 1 and 2 to what else did I binge on? The one that you recommended, I
Which one?
watched that.
I'm
The
like,
one
I'm
about
like,
just like I don't
I'm
know which
like
one it is.
dizzy with Indian cinema.
The superhero one.
Oh,
The
did you
super.
finish?
I did.
Ah,
I did. I did. I finished. I finished that. I
yeah,
finished.
we had such a roller coaster the last 24 hours that I did not get to finish it. You got one up on me. Well, maybe we can do a review of it. We can record a review, like, in a few days or something. Or we'll figure something out.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so my first also is RRR. Um, but with Chris Gore, I'll go to see a movie with him every once in a while, on
Hmm.
the other side of town in Burbank. And he's like, "Man, have you seen it yet? Oh man, you got to see it. Come on, you got to see it. It's not going to be in forever." And I saw it in the theater, and I took Reggie Johnson for his birthday. I
Yeah.
took Reggie. Yeah, took my boy Reggie. It was his birthday. We ate at Islands. I got his 2 tickets to RR, and the entire audience, La Reina, was Indian, and me and Reggie had a ball
Oh.
because we felt at home with those Indian people and the way they were cheering, what they were cheering for.
Hmm.
And then, like when the animals were let out of that truck,
Bruh.
woo!
I was not expecting that to happen.
Come on. It's really
Hey.
important that they brought those types of animals into this British Empire palatial estate. I I mean, just talking about it, I have chills still talking about it. And anyone who has not seen this movie yet, you are doing yourself a huge disservice if you love movies, if you love great stories, if you love men being men and being heroes and women being awesome. There's nothing more revered than the mother in India. Oh my God, La Reina. Woo.
All of that you said were the same things that and I were talking about
Mm-hmm.
through the whole entire film. It was just
Yeah.
nice to see a movie where you had men who, again, were not afraid to be men, who were not afraid to be protectors, who were not afraid to, have those brother relationships with each other.
Yeah.
I just remember the line where Beam says, your friendship means more to me than life itself. I'm
Ugh.
paraphrasing. When he said that,
There's so many of those moments, Lorena. There's so many of those moments, like when was it Ram? Was it
Rom, yeah.
Ram? They're eating, right? And
Hmm.
Beam is eating with his left hand, and you don't know why yet. But Ram looks at him, and he kind of just lost in thought for a second. And he's like, "What?" And then Beam's like, "What is it?" He goes, "Oh, it's nothing." Then you find out later on that his little brother ate with his left hand. And you're just like, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
It is,
So
it is.
after that, I'm lucky with that, with these cinema theaters here where I'm at, because we get the movies. So I've seen Vikram in the movie theater. I've seen Rocketry. And then Vikram has a prequel movie called um, Kaithi. Kaithi
Mm,
and Vikram are awesome. They remind me of Expendables meets Die Hard meets a little bit
ah,
of Road Warrior.
uh-huh.
Vikram's, I honestly, I enjoy Vikram this year much more than KGF. Much more. KGF is kind of like a big mess. It's
Really?
fun. Yeah, Vikram is just like, but yeah, and I completely blame you, Mr. Gore. Completely,
Totally
100%.
blame Chris Gore for that. Totally.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah,
Now my
totally.
Netflix recommendations comes up with like all these cool Indian
Yeah.
movies. I'm like, list, put it on list, put it on the list.
Put on
It's
but I want to ask La Rena one more thing about Indian cinema,
Mhm.
is tell me about how the Indian people have embraced you in your videos, in your reactions, in their comments. How's that been?
It has been crazy. They're like, we're so glad you like this. Please react to this. Please react to this. Please react to this one. Please react to this one. We're so glad
Yeah.
that there are like Americans like you who appreciate this. I'll get like, I think one of my comments, somebody gave me like 50 recommendations of what to see. I'm like, I don't think I'll ever get, I'll ever get to all of those. But
Yeah.
it's just been wonderful, and it's so very much appreciated, and I'm just glad to get the word out there because this really is a gold mine of cinema, and I just love the comments
Yeah.
that I get back frequently, just like, thank you, react to this, watch this, even things that I don't quite understand because one one I'm American,
Right.
two, the Indians that I grew up with, most of them were Punjabi, and
It's a
they
whole
were
different
actually
region.
whole
Mm-hmm.
different, whole different region, and
Mm-hmm.
now I'm realizing, a lot of the differences,
That's a
and
trip. They're
oh
very
yeah,
competitive, these people. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah. Our
absolutely.
territory is the best.
No, we're the best ones. We're the best. It's like Jamaicans and Trinidadians.
Is it?
Yes,
Oh
Jamaicans
God.
and
Yeah.
Trinidadians, Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, like
Yeah.
people from Philly and people from New York, and we
Yeah.
both don't like Jersey, so there's that.
Well, whether you're seeing this video through La Reina's channel, my channel, make sure our international crowd, you guys subscribe to both our channels. We're
Yes,
now
please.
doing reactions, reviews. You're doing watch parties, which I love that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
And so I'll see you. I'll see you. I'll see you. Finally, I just want to say that the reason why, for me, I gravitate to a lot of these films is that Hollywood's not making these films anymore. I mean, Top
Right.
Gun and Everything Everywhere All at Once are anomalies in what I feel is very mediocre films.
Hmm.
So it's another reason, guys, for you guys to go check out these films. And I'm sure you got playlists, you got recommendations. So do I. So
Hmm.
please check it all out, guys. You want to
Yeah.
say anything about that?
But no, just check it out. Check it out. if you got Netflix, if you've got Amazon Prime,
Mm,
it's those two have been
they got them
a
all.
godsend to like
Yeah.
get you introduced to to Indian cinema. If you're looking for Indian cinema,
Yeah,
if
Indian cinema, Indian cinema.
just look at RRR, look at the recommendations. I mean, there's action, there's comedy, there's adventure, there's different genres, just like
Mhm.
American movies. Although
Sure.
I will say that their movie industry is the way that American cinema used to be.
Yep.